Okay, boys, so we just had Dern versus Ribas 2, the rematch wrap up, okay? What a fight night, man. What a way to start off the year. Yeah, it was alright. I mean, it was fun. It was kind of mid. It was kind of like the definition of an average card. Like, no, it was good. It just none of the fights really mattered. There were like no ranked fighters. None of the matchups really did anything to the divisions, which is what we really care about. Obviously we care about good fights as well. Which there were some good fights. There were some good finishes, some good crazy finishes. Mackenzie Dern got the armbar out of nowhere with like 3 seconds left in the third round, so that was cool. Like, it was fun. There was some crazy first 30 seconds of the fights KOs. There was some fun fights, I guess. I don't know. It was hard to care about this card. Like, no one was talking about it. It's like UFC didn't even come back until next week, which obviously that will be better. But I mean, it was a fun card. I enjoyed it. I was craving some UFC really bad, so. Curtis versus Kopylov was easily the fight of the night. I mean, that was just a fucking war, and I predicted it. I said in my prediction video that this was going to be a crazy back and forth competitive war, which I was kind of wrong because it wasn't that competitive. It was, but Kopylov kind of put on a masterclass, my boy Kopylov. I knew he was going to win it. I mean, he was the fucking favorite by a lot, so we all kind of did, I guess. But yeah, dude, his boxing looked crazy good. His jab looked like the best jab in the division. He looked so powerful. Was rocking Chris Curtis every 30 seconds or every minute of the fight, it felt like. Chris Curtis is kind of bad. I mean, he's kind of relies on his power and his one-shot ability to put people away after getting his ass beat for a couple rounds to win fights. I knew that already, but I did think there was a possibility he could knock out Kopylov. I knew he wasn't outstriking him for 3 rounds, that's for sure. And then it ended in a finish that I don't really give a fuck about. I mean, you can be mad about it. You can cry like Chris Curtis did. He crashed the fuck out. He was pissed, but dude, you lost all 3 rounds. Did it really matter? I get it. Getting finished and going to decision is a big difference, especially if the company's thinking about cutting you or some shit. It matters, but it was a bad stoppage. I agree. Like, if Kopylov had rushed him and tried to finish him, he probably could have survived for 3 more seconds that were left in the fight. So, I agree with Chris Curtis, but bro, he tried to kill the ref. He wanted to fight him. Like, dude, that's the type of shit that gets you cut. Why even risking that, okay? Crybaby Curtis strikes again. Calm down, bro. It didn't really matter. You got 30-27 anyway. Okay, Kopylov had the best performance, but the best KO, which was a comeback KO after getting caught and almost finished himself. Cesar Almeida, okay? I did predict that he would get the finish, but I didn't think it would be that crazy, okay? He knocked the fuck out of Asor Abdul. I don't even remember his fucking name. He got knocked out of existence, out of my mind, okay? He's done. Dude, I swear he's got KO'd badly like that before, dude. That's not good, okay? He was looking up at the gods when he fell back, okay? I feel bad. But yeah, let's stop talking about the highlights of the card. Let's actually break it down fight by fight, starting off with the first fight of the night. Nurulo Aliev beat Joe Selecki by pretty dominant decision. I think it was unanimous. Yeah, we all predicted this. He was a big favorite. Joe Selecki kind of sucks. Nurulo looked okay. I thought there was a chance that Joe Selecki could get the submission because Nurulo tends to get his head caught in submissions through bad takedown attempts a lot. So yeah, Joe wasn't that bad of a pick in this fight, but he got dominated on the feet, got dominated with the wrestling. It was a pretty boring fight for most of it. Joe did get rocked and almost finished at points, but yeah, still pretty control-timey, still pretty boring in my opinion. This was one of the worst fights on the card, probably. Then Fatima Klein got the KO through elbows, okay, TKO against Dudikova, which, yeah, this was a pretty boring fight up until the KO, but yeah, the KO was cool. Left her bleeding a lot. The elbows were pretty vicious. Dudikova kind of just gave up and shelled up, which, no shame. This is women's MMA, okay? We gotta cut them some slack. The refs step in a couple strikes early for all these finishes, so yeah, we're never gonna see anything too crazy, but good performance by Klein. Her striking looked alright. She kind of got out-grappled at times, which I knew would happen. This is why I did not realize, or I did not understand, or realize why the fuck Dudikova was such a big underdog and Klein was such a big favorite. Like, why? She could have won the fight, dude. It's MMA. Like, it's women's MMA at the end of the day. Who really knows what the fuck's going to happen? I did so bad on picks this card. It was bad. And we had Bruno Lopez absolutely fraud check Magomed, whatever his name is, for not having a fucking gas tank. He won the first round. Good leg kicks. Looked pretty fast and quick and powerful. Looked good. But then he gassed. He can only do 1 round of good output, I guess, and then he's done because The next rounds, like the first round, he was defending the grappling of Bruno Lopez really well, and then the next 2 rounds, he just stopped being able to. Bruno Lopez got the takedowns, clinched up, landed strikes in the clinch, got takedowns, kept him down for times. Magomed was always able to get up, but that's all he was doing. Defending takedowns, failing at it, getting up, looking sloppy. No real good striking after the first round. Yeah, he lost the second 2 rounds pretty dominantly. So, yeah, good performance by Bruno Lopez. Another underdog win. Well, this was the first underdog win. But, yeah, good underdog win. There was a lot of good underdog wins in this card, Not the ones I expected, but, that's fucking MMA predictions, I guess. You never know. Yeah, I think it was his debut. He looked emotional after the win. Good for him. Let's move on. Then we had Ernesta, whatever her name is, beat Nicole, whatever her name is. I don't give a fuck, okay? Yeah, decent fight. Kind of looked away and played Marvel Rivals for most of it. Yeah, it was cool, whatever. She looked good. The girl who won looked good striking, dominant striking. Who gives a fuck? Let's move on. Then we had Jacoby Smith in his UFC debut, where he was a crazy big favorite for some reason, but I guess this was the reason. Okay, he absolutely sent Preston Parkins to the Shadow Realm, killed him with a crazy 1-2 with the counter left hook that came out of nowhere that Preston did not see coming at all is what did it. Really good performance. He picked his shots well, didn't leave his chin up in the air too much, like going for the finish, and yeah, it looked clean. Looked good, powerful. This is 170. Yeah, he's going to be a good guy in the future of 170, most likely. He looked really emotional when he won as well. Winning their debuts must mean a lot to these guys. It obviously should, I just never really see people win their debuts. That's why I was kind of skeptical about this guy. We had a lot of debuts on this card, which was fun, I guess. A lot of new people that we didn't really know about. Another thing that kind of made this card bad, though, because, they were a bunch of unknowns to most people. And yeah, they didn't really do much movement in the divisions, but hopefully they will one day. Let's move on. Then we had Thiago Moises beat Trey Ogden by unanimous decision, I believe. I think he won all 3 rounds. I maybe lost the first, but yeah, he was landing really good leg kicks. He invested in that leg kick a lot the whole fight. It worked. He dropped him with a leg kick in the second round and then got the takedown. And then, yeah, that was basically the rest of the fight. I'm disappointed in you, Moises. That was very boring, okay? This was probably one of the most boring fights on the card. It ruined the momentum we got from a few finishes early on. And yeah, it was very boring after the first round. Just ploddiness on the feet and then control grappling where neither guy really was able to do much damage. But yeah, Moises still won dominantly, still landed consistent enough ground and pound for the ref not to stand them up. So I guess he was landing damage. I guess I'm talking shit. I don't know. But yeah, good performance by Moises. I knew he'd win. I can't believe this was even a question in people's minds, man. Come on. Trey Ogden's bad. He's a coach, man. Just move on to coaching. Then we had Marco Tulio KO Ihor Bateria in the first round, I believe it was the first. Yeah, I just feel bad for Ihor, bro. I genuinely feel really bad now. Like, at this point, it's just not even funny, okay? This dude gets eye-poked, groin-shotted by everyone he fights. It's just not fair. And he gets fed really good levels of competition, too. It's just, dude, he's probably going to get cut after this. Very unfortunate. He deserved better. He's not that good, but still, I feel bad, and he deserved better. These guys just cannot help groin-shotting him, Like, not saying he would have won the fight otherwise, like other people are saying. But, yeah, it is kind of sour. It is kind of nasty to watch a guy land a eye poke and a groin shot. Or, no, wait, no. I think that was the Kopylov fight. Maybe it wasn't both. Maybe it was just a groin shot. But, yeah, it sucks seeing that, get groin shotted and then TKO'd right after. It sucks. He took his time. He took the recovery time as much as he could almost, I think. Almost a full 5 minutes. But it did not matter. Okay, he got rocked. Tried to survive on the ground. Scrambled. And then just got, the ref stepped in after a few strikes. Tulio, very powerful. Yeah, good debut. I think it was his debut too. Then we had Felipe Bunez. I guess there's no thing above the end, so it's not Bunez. Bunez sounds better, man. I'm sorry. You got to change your name because I like it better, okay? He beat Jose Johnson, the 6'1 flyweight who missed weight. You should be fucking ashamed of yourself. I picked you as well. You should be embarrassed, you little bitch, okay? Move up. Move to 135 or get cut, okay? He probably will be cut. He's only won like 2 times in the UFC and he's lost like 6 or 4 or 5 times. So, yeah, it's probably the end of Jose Johnson. Missing weight, 6'1" flyweight, not a good look. Yeah. What else do I say? Oh, yeah, I know what to say. Fucking Felipe did a Kamehameha after he fucking won, bro. That shit was badass. All right, that's a badass fighter. All right, you talk about badass, that's badass. Okay. I don't want to hear any hate on the anime people, okay? Like, let them be. That was cool. That was badass, all right? That's badass, kid. We had Punahele Sarino beat Oros Medic in the first 30 or 40 seconds, KOing him brutally. Hit him with one crazy right hook, I think, that just turned him off. Okay, fell down. 1 or 2 strikes later, the ref steps in. It's over. Oros Medic fucking sucks. He sucks. All right, no, he just got caught, but still, not a good performance. I picked you, man. Another underdog win. Fuck, man. Parlays got ruined today. Okay, nobody made money, or a few people made a shit ton. Okay, I did not make any, but it was still a very good performance. Good on Puli. I literally just said his name. Pune. I don't have the names in front of me, man. All right, Punahele Sarino. Okay, that's his name. Don't forget it. Badass KO. Good performance. Then we had a pretty entertaining and competitive fight with a guy debuting, Austin Bashi versus Christian Rodriguez. Okay, Christian Rodriguez clearly won this fight. Okay, clearly. He won the second. No. He won the first round, and then Bashi won the second. Maybe even. Dude, Christian Rodriguez might have won all 3 rounds. I think Bashi maybe won the second because he got a lot of control time, but, dude, he just does not know how to do damage in MMA. He's still a wrestler. He still thinks this is wrestling. He still thinks this is college wrestling, bro. You can't win with control time, okay? Christian was throwing knees, catching him in the chin every chance he got. Bashi was scared of all of his feints. He was bleeding a shit ton at the end. He got outstruck brutally. You can't win by just taking him down and holding him and squishing him and rubbing up on him, okay? It's not going to work. Good performance from him. Very strong based wrestler. Very dominant wrestler, obviously. Very strong kid. Has crazy quads. But he's going to have to upgrade his jiu-jitsu because he almost got subbed in the first round as well. Like from a basic just standing guillotine that Christian almost literally just squeezed it. Like he didn't even have to use any technique. He just latched it up, squeezed, and he almost got it. I say if he actually jumped on it, he would have gotten it, but he did not want to risk at getting bottom position against, or giving the wrestler bottom position, basically. Obviously, it's not what you want to do against a dominant wrestler like this. You might get control of the whole rest of the round. But yeah, Christian Rodriguez's jiu-jitsu scrambles really helped him in this fight. He scrambled out of most takedowns, reversed a lot of them. Very good performance from him. And yeah, he's the prospect killer, man. Didn't he kill Chiwiwis? I think he beat Chiwiwis. I think this is the guy. And yeah, now he beat Bashi. He's just taking them all. They're feeding them all to him. Give him more, all right? That's easy money, brother. He's gonna kill them all if you just keep giving him if you just keep giving him to people debuting who don't have experience. They're gonna keep losing to him. He's too good. Like he's like perfect level to beat these guys debuting who don't have the experience and lack the actual like cardio to go 3 solid rounds of good output and land damage. And yeah, just good performance by Christian Rodriguez. He has cool hair. I like him. Okay, to the best fight of the card. We had Chris the Crybaby Curtis lose by finish in the 3rd round with 3 seconds left by Roman Kopylov. Okay, good job, Kopylov. I knew you'd win, but he looked good. Kopylov looked powerful. He looked confident. His cardio looked way better. Dude, I don't know if it was just Anthony Hernandez that made his cardio look bad in that fight, but bro, Roman Kopylov has upgraded. He has evolved. He's very young still, I think. He looks young. He looks like Chase Hooper. Obviously, we all know that. That's the running joke. But he does, okay? He's literally the Russian Chase Hooper. And yeah, good performance. He was going to win by 30-27 if it went to decision, but he got the finish with a really good head kick. Good job. Then we had Cesar Almeida KO Abdul Sakal-San, whatever his name is. I'm not checking. Yeah, good job. Good job, Cesar Almeida. He low-key almost got finished. Yeah, again, I knew this. Abdul does not win fights unless he KOs the guy. He literally either KOs them, gets KO'd, or gets completely styled on. He relies on his power so much. Bad grappler as well. Then we had a really good fight. Actually, really good fight in the co-main event. Santiago, whatever his last name is, against Carlson Harris, okay? Rip Carlson Harris, man. He's really good. He just can't win, bro. He sucks at winning. Yeah, he got KO'd. Again, a bad stoppage. I don't think it should have been stopped. He was on his feet, bro. Like, he wasn't out on his feet. He got up. He was trying to stay in it. They were still fighting. He still had a puncher's chance to put Santiago out with a punch. They were just exchanging. Tired as fuck, both of them. Sloppy as hell. You should have gave him the chance. You should have let him get KO'd brutally, okay? Stop making this fight, or stop making this sport soft, all right? Let these guys get KO'd brutally. Okay, it's what we want to see. All right. All right, I'm sorry. That's a bit rude. And then we had Mackenzie Dern. What a main event, man. Can we stop? Can we stop the women's main events, dude? I just don't even feel like it's a main event. It's just, dude, no weird shit. No incel misogynist shit. I genuinely like that women get to fight in the UFC. Some of the fights are good. This fight was not, okay? It was all right. But, like, as a main event, you could have had Roman Kopylov versus Chris Curtis is the main event. Honestly, I would have been fine with that. Like, it would have been a terrible main event for a fight night, but it would have been better than this. Like, I don't care if they're ranked. We don't want women's in the main event. I don't give a fuck, all right? However you feel about that, you're wrong, okay? I'm right. Sorry, bud. Yeah, it's just no hype, okay? Like, it's like expecting people to care about the WMMA or WNBA as much as we do the NBA. It's like if there was an NBA game, like, and then a W, like, you expect people to stay for the women's event? We're not. I'm sorry. We're just not staying for that. The people in the Apex probably left, half of them. All right? It was a good fight, though. I mean, decent. There was a finish, at least, okay? I'll stop ranting about that. I just hate women's main events. It kills the hype. I have nothing to look forward to at the end of the card if it's all shit. You know, it's just, it ruins it. It ruins the fun, man. But Mackenzie Dern was pretty fucking hot in there. So, yeah, it was fun to watch. Yeah, that's the card. Decent card. Next week, the UFC is really back. Okay, I'll see you guys in the next one.